gentlemen, and this is Conjured Lion, and welcome back to a brand new Resident Evil YouTube video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. So, pre-orders, they actually went live on the 29th of October, and Capcom released a 30-year celebration video, which recaps the entire series and the pre-order items / deluxe edition of the game. And by recap the entire series, I mean only the remake games, which I kind of suspected because it is only a 10-minute video, and let's be honest, the video would have been a lot longer if they would have recapped literally the entire series. Feels more like a 8-year celebration more than a 30-year. If it was a 30-year celebration, we would have literally had the entire timeline recapped in this video, so it's not really a 30-year celebration. Sony also slips up on something, and this will be a spoiler warning and will be mentioned at the end of the video because my god, it's such a wild one. Someone at Sony is going to get the boot by yesterday. But let's get into it. So the very first thing, I kind of would have liked if Capcom did an episodic series on YouTube telling the entire story, because this recap only scratches the surface and only focuses on the remake games and 7 and 8, of course, which honestly is pretty disappointing. I mean, we have the Trevor family story missing. We have James Marcus and Edward Ashford, which a lot of people are going to be like, what is that? And even the progenitor virus, not a lot of people will even know what the hell that is. But these more in-depth recaps could have had us occupied and up to speed with the entire story. So unless you're in a YouTube rabbit hole of creators explaining this stuff to you, you won't know what these things are. So let's talk about the video itself. So when Maggie talks about Oswald E. Spencer, who is Maggie, you ask, by the way? Well, she voices Lady D herself. She emphasizes Spencer as if he's going to play a big part in Requiem, but that's not the only thing there. Maggie actually never mentions his death, and I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it is odd considering she pretty much covered his backstory, and a lot of people are going to be left wondering, where the hell is he now? Especially with mentioning him in Village, which sparked an even more interest of his character, but that's just never mentioned again. Also, if you look closely to this shot here, there are silhouettes of both James Marcus and Edward Ashford, which I took as possible hints. Now, there are current rumors going around that both Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil 0 are both getting remakes. Both James Marcus and Edward Ashford have huge significant roles for both Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica, so this could very well be the very first hint to those remakes. A showcase is confirmed to be coming in early next year, so we can expect the Resident Evil showcase in maybe the first week of 2026, where we will get the final trailer, most likely, maybe a demo, or maybe a demo at the Game Awards. I mean, we're a month away for the Game Awards, so I don't see why we wouldn't see anything in the event itself. Now let's talk about the new shots and the very first teaser of the combat. We can hear the villain, or someone say Miss Ashcroft, come in. We have a new perspective of the nurse here banging her head on the glass. We have Grace here feeling like she's Barry Burton, and the zombie looking pretty distressed, probably because he's fully aware and infected, which, if true, this game is going to add a whole other layer to the storytelling when it comes to the zombies themselves. We also have this new shot here, and the villain just says, "We have so much to do." Now, if you look back here, this is a little Easter egg of the first game I wanted to add here because I love Resident Evil 1 so much. Shout out to Arkley Embers on Twitter for finding this, if they were the first person to find this. But this looks like the Resident Evil 1 locked puzzle before proceeding to the garden area of the game. Now, let's talk about what Sony did, and probably the reason why you clicked on the video in the first place. I saved the best for last for obvious reasons, and again, fair warning, this may be a huge spoiler, but there was a leak by Sony themselves. Like, this isn't like a third-party source, this isn't anyone else on Reddit or something like this. This was actually by Sony, and I say that in quotes. Remember this, I say Sony in quotes because we never know, and I'll say why. So Sony Portugal accidentally leaked a Leon cosmetic for Resident Evil Requiem's deluxe version. While a lot of people saw this, including myself, was like, damn, someone is getting fired by tonight, bro. Like, there's no way they could have possibly leaked this. Like, my eyes widened on stream. If you guys were there, you know. Like, holy shit, Leon is actually in the game. But here's the big but. I also want to bring up this video here. Now, I'm not saying he's not in the game. I'm just saying be extremely cautious when it comes to the things you see, because this is some wild stuff to say. I didn't even know this was possible. If you want me to be completely honest, I did not know that people could actually do this and actually manipulate the coding, which is pretty crazy to me. This malice practice right here can lead to a very huge disappointment. So guys, I'd wait until I play the game, or if Capcom reveals something, just please wait. Just don't take any of the things you see as confirmation. That's a fair warning, because at that point you're just setting yourselves up. But if the leak is real, brother, someone is getting a Leon suplex by Capcom. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If I missed anything, or if you caught something that I did not mention, please let me know in the comments. Most importantly, drink plenty of water, eat plenty of food, make sure you are taking care of yourselves, guys. We're only a few months away for Resident Evil Requiem. But as always, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next time, and until then, peace.
And thank you for joining.